I chose not to play Updog. What's Updog, you may ask? Wind Updog is level 4. Starting off, I have 3 copies of WindUp Magician, so all we need with the Magician is a way to activate its effect. The best one is the TCG exclusive WindUp Shark, 3 copies of WindUp Rabbit. For the last WindUp name in the main deck, I have 3 copies of WindUp Rat. For the other monsters, I play 2 copies of Tour Guide from the Underworld. And for the last monster, I have 1 copy of Card D. Then for the spells, I have 3 copies of WindUp Factory. Then I play 3 copies of Upstart Goblin, 2 copies of Mystical Space Typhoon. Then for the Trinity, 1 Heavy Storm, 1 Dark Hole, and 1 Monster Reborn. Then for the last 2 spells, I have 1 copy of Pot of Avarice, 1 copy of Mind Control. For the traps, I play 3 copies of Compulsory Evacuation Device, 2 copies of Dimensional Prison. Then I play 2 copies of Torrential Tribute, 2 copies of Bottomless Trap Hole. Then I have 2 copies of Solemn Warning, and the last trap is 1 copy of Solemn Judgment. For the extra deck, I have 1 copy of Tempo, 1 copy of Number 30 Acid Golem of Destruction. I play 2 copies of Zenmains, 1 copy of Zen Mighty Carrier, 1 copy of Levier the Sea Dragon, 1 Number 17 Leviathan Dragon, 1 copy of Gemnite Pearl, 1 copy of Number 16 Shockmaster, 1 copy of Steel Swarm Roach, 1 copy of May Stroke the Symphony Jin, 1 copy of WindUp Zenmeister, 1 Photon Papilloperative, 1 copy of Tyrus, Keeper of Genesis, and 1 copy of Adrius, Keeper of Armageddon. Then for the side deck, I have 3 copies of Maxi, 2 copies of Thunder King Ryo, then I play 2 copies of Messenger of Peace, 2 copies of Dimensional Fissure, 2 copies of Soul Taker, the 3rd MST, and 1 Dust Tornado, 2 copies of Threatening Roar. So what does Magician and Shark really do in REDU format? I would normal summon Magician, trigger the Shark in my hand to summon him to the field. Since a wind-up effect was activated, I can summon a Magician from my deck with Magician's effect. Then I can use Shark to turn him to level 3, trigger this Magician to summon a Rat from my deck. Then I can overlay these two. For a Photon Papilloperative, I can use Papilloperative's effect to turn Rat to attack. Now I can use Rat to bring back the Magician from my graveyard to the field. Here I can overlay the Rat and Shark for Zen Mighty, activate the effect of Zen Mighty to summon a Rabbit to my field. Then I can trigger Magician's effect since a wind-up effect was activated, and I can summon a second Magician from my deck. Now my field is full, so I can use the Rabbit to tag out, and thus trigger the new Magician that was summoned from Magician. Now we need a level 4 to go into Shockmaster, so we summon a Shark from the deck. And then we overlay all 3 of these into a number 16 Shockmaster. Here we use Shockmaster, detaching the Magician, and generally here you call spells. If we side in 1 copy of WindUp Hunter, there's a very cool combo we can go for, featuring Magician Shark. So you start with Magician, reveal Shark, summon Shark, trigger Magician, summon Magician from deck, use Shark to go down to level 3, trigger Magician, summon Hunter from your deck. Hunter effect, tribute 1 of the Magicians to take a card from your opponent's hand. Then you overlay these 2 into a Zen Mighty, use Zen Mighty's effect, detach Hunter, summon Rat. Rat goes to defense to summon Hunter from the grave. Hunter tributes the Magician to rip another card from your opponent's hand, and then you overlay these 2 into a Zenmains. If you enjoy my content, make sure to also subscribe to my second channel, linked in the description box down below.